Okay, so I think yesterday itself we have seen two compound prepositions. They are said to be equivalent to each other. Suppose P and Q are either we use this symbol or we use this symbol. They are said to be equivalent to each other whenever if you find the biconditional thing between those two statements, it should be a tautology. So we have seen an example for this also. Remember what example yesterday we have seen? For
If it
example,
was P implies Q, biconditional not Q implies not P.
not Q implies not P. Good. These two are equivalent to each other. Or even P conditional Q biconditional not P or Q. They are also equivalent to each other. Right? Or even you can verify De Morgan's law, you know, right? Not of P or Q will be equivalent to
Not P and Q. Not
not
P and not Q.
not Q. This also you can verify. Okay, so these are all the things you can verify. So before going into the next, we'll see some. If at all you know, should I show you this or you can do by yourself? So prove that P or Q is. See, for example, see, I'm filling everything. So both have the same truth values in. If when you frame the truth table, both the columns are one and the same. So even one more thing you can add, you can find the biconditional between these two things. Suppose I call this as A, this as B, find biconditional between A and B. So biconditional when it will be true, when both are true and both are false. So here both are true, so it is true. Both are false, so true. Both are true, so it is true. So everything is true. So that means there is a tautology. A biconditional B is a tautology, or A is equivalent to B. That is P or Q is equivalent to not of not P and not Q. Actually, it is what law is this? It's a De Morgan's law only, yeah. This De Morgan's law. But the other way of writing, instead of P, here you have not P. That's all. It's again De Morgan's law. Okay, so before going into this, so we'll read all these laws first. Maybe you might be knowing it. P R true is always true. Yesterday we have seen this, right? Any formula R true is always true. And any formula and true is always that formula. So all these four laws, you know, these two laws are called domination laws and these two laws are called identity laws. Okay, so you need not mention the laws, just you can use it. And idempotent laws. Idempotent means, you know, what do you mean by idempotent? X square is equal to x, then x is called an idempotent element. So here, instead of x square, we use p and p is always p. P or p is always p. So here multiplication is the operation. So here intersection and here union. Or I can say here and or are the operations. So these two operations also satisfy this. Okay, so idempotent law. This is a double negation law. And this is called a negation law. This is like A union, A complement is universal set. So same way, any formula or negation of that formula is always true. Any one thing should happen, right? Either something should happen or something should not happen. Both are complement of each other. So it is always true. Anything and the negation of that thing cannot happen together. So it is always a false statement. Okay, these two are called negation laws. Commutative laws. As you know, union and intersection or R and always satisfy the commutative property. So that they are framed as commutative laws and associative laws. R can be replaced by union and you can see in set theory and this intersection. Distributive law. What do you mean by distributive law? Have you studied distributive law in set theory? A union B intersection C is A union B intersection A union C. So same way P R Q and R is P R Q and P R R. So same way intersection over union, and this is called union over intersection, and this is called intersection over union. This is very important. Absorption law. This law is very important. Absorption law. Sometimes we use this particular law also. Absorption enema, it looks like, see, A union, A intersection B. What is A union, A intersection B? A intersection B is something which is common to A and B. That is always smaller than A. So A union of that is the bigger set. A is bigger than A union B, so we'll get A. Similarly, A intersection A union B.
A.
Why?
Because it's intersection.
A union B is always bigger than, either equal to or something more than that, more than A. Right? So if you find the intersection, whichever is smaller will come, so A will come. So these two laws are called absorption laws. Right? So here you can replace union by R and intersection by and. So it's called absorption law. Okay, logical equivalence. Just look into all these statements. This you know already. This you know already. Can you say how do you get this particular law? P tends to Q is equivalent to not Q tends to, and this you know. Using that, can you say how to prove this? PRQ is this. Charima, okay. What I'll do is PRQ, I'll write it as not of not PRQ. Is this correct?
Yes.
Why are you all feeling sleepy? Or you're not interested in the class today? Why you are not opening your mouth? Are you all tired? Say something here. No, right? So please. So P can be written as not of not P. So it looks like, can you see? It looks like not of something RQ. You know very well. Not of PRQ, how will you write? That is equivalent to P tends to Q. So here also not of something or Q. So it is nothing but that something tends to Q. What is that something? Not P. So not P tends to Q. Clear, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you do the other way? You can start from here and you can prove the other part. Not P tends to Q is equivalent to, you know very well, P tends to Q is not of P or Q. So not of this RQ. So that is PRQ. This way also you can prove. Proof and all not necessary. Just to get an idea, to feel that you can understand and doing all this. Okay. Can you try the fourth one? Can you give just a proof for fourth one? Please.
Ma'am, the reverse proof?
Reverse proof, yes. This one. P and Q is equivalent to not of P tends to not Q. Charima, which reverse proof shall I take the right side? Not of P tends to not Q, correct? So that is not of, can you use the law here? P tends to Q. What is P tends to Q? It is not P or in the place of Q, here you have not Q. Now it take not inside. It is De Morgan's law right now. You have to use De Morgan's law. So whenever you use De Morgan's law, what happens? It is like A union B the whole dash. So it should be A dash intersection B dash. So that is P and Q. Or directly also you can write. This is the way you said. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Then Can you try this? This one. Aniket, are you there in the class?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
No, nothing, ma'am. I'm there, ma'am.
Feeling very tired.
No, ma'am. Like in a small room with my sister. She's also having class. That's why I can't
Oh,
attend.
that is the problem. Check. Okay, pa. Fifth one, how to prove? Not of P tends to Q. Yes, beta, tell me next. Not of
Not
P
of
tends
not P or Q.
Ma'am, instead of P tends to Q, we can write not P or Q. And then use
yes.
the
I have
distribute.
written. Then use De Morgan's law. Yes.
Yes, sorry, De Morgan.
Yes, sir.
P and not. Okay, pa. Okay. So what about this one? You just try to write the proof and then say, please. Next one. You can try, take a paper, write and then say.
Ma'am, isn't this distributive law if we just start from the right hand side?
Okay. 1 minute, see. P tends to Q and P tends to R. Okay, ba? So what is P tends to Q? Not P, R
Or Q.
and not P or R. So this is, yes, Peter, tell me.
Not
Correct.
P
R,
or Q and R.
Q and R. So now you can use that. It is something like not of P, R, some Q here. Instead of Q, you have Q and R. So what
Yes.
is that? Not P or Q, it should be P tends to Q and R.
But
Check.
ma'am, like from here as well, from the right hand side, P tends to Q or R, we can use distributive and say like P tends to Q or P tends to R.
Okay, that way also. What he is saying is you can start from the right side. Just to go back here, this way you go. Go back. P tends to Q tends to R is not P or this. If you go like this, you'll get it. Okay, both are equal. Everywhere, that's why I'm using equivalent, equivalent, equivalent. If you go this way, you will get the other proof. Clear? So I'll give you one work here. So all these things, the remaining left out things, if you want, you can take a snap. Can you try to write a proof by yourself? Each one of you, please try. You can take a snap of this. Try to write a proof by yourself.
Okay.
Take it down.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
No problem.
Ma'am, we can start from either side, right?
Any side you can start. No problem.
Okay.
Try. Will you try now?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you will try later? You will try later?
Ma'am, anyways.
Anything, ma'am.
Anything. Okay, so you try later. We'll proceed. Here it is proved. Directly we can see. See? We have to prove this here. These two are equivalent, right? Without using truth table, we can try. See? It is something like, okay, so we'll do by ourselves. We will not. I'll take down the question. 1 minute.
Ma'am?
Yes,
Ma'am?
tell.
Ma'am, before answering this, can you just write down the De Morgan's law?
Okay, I will. De Morgan's laws. First one is not of P and Q is equivalent to not P. Nothing here. R will and will become R. This not will be whole not is there, right? So this not will be operated on each of the variable and will become R. So the other De Morgan's law is not of P or Q is, can you say not P and not Q. R will become and not is operated on each of the variable. Right. So now we'll have one example. We need to prove not of P or not P and Q is equivalent to not P and not Q. Okay. So I'll take the LHS. Not of P or not P and Q. Okay. Can you apply the De Morgan's law? Carefully you have to apply. See, this is your P and this is your Q. A or B not. So what it should be, the result should be C here. You have to apply this law. Okay. Your P is P here and your Q is not P and Q then. You have to apply not now. So it becomes not P and this R will become and then not of not P and Q. That is not P and. So again here you have to apply De Morgan's law. Okay, it is something like P and Q, this one. If you apply, what happens again? Take this not inside, it becomes not of not P and this and will become R not Q. See whether this point is clear. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And we can write the and of and sorry, negation of negation as directly, ma'am, like P itself.
Yes, you can write directly just to understand everything. So it is P or not Q. Now what law you will apply?
Ma'am, you can use distributive, ma'am, like you can put it inside.
Yes, distributive law. So not P
And create a tautology so it will become true, and then there's not P or not Q. Sorry, and not Q.
It's not a tautology. Not P and P or not P and not Q. So that
Will
is
become one,
false or not P and not Q. False or anything is what? That anything, right?
anything. Yeah.
Not P and not Q. That is the result. That is the thing we need to prove, right? That's all. Without using truth table, this is the way of proving. Whenever you are asked to prove without using truth table, you have to use all the available laws and then you can try to reduce it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Peter, tell me.
Ma'am, can you explain the last step? Like after we got false, after that, what did we do?
Here, after this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
False or anything. We have seen one law, right? False
Yes,
or
false
anything,
or anything
can be
is-
compared with this here. See?
Yes, it will become P itself.
Null set union A. What is null set union A?
Ma'am, A.
A. So same way, false or any formula P is always that formula P.
Got it. Understood, ma'am.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Shall we try these two things? Show that. First one we have tried. The second one shall we try? P and Q tends to P or Q is a tautology. Can you logically argue why P and Q implies P or Q is a tautology? Okay, I'll come to that later. Okay. So let us take this. P and Q tends to PR. Okay. So this is equivalent to, how is this looking like here? This is looking like some P and some Q. P tends to Q. So what is P tends to Q? Not of P or Q. Clear? Is this point clear? Hello? Hello, bache, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is, so not of P and Q is not P or not Q or P or Q. See, since everything is connected using R, you can interchange here. Nothing will happen. You can interchange. I can write directly like this. All have the same symbol, right? You can interchange. So it is true only, right? True, R true, so it is true. Hence, the above formula is a tautology. Okay, va?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I told you other way, right? Hey, 1 minute here. Very simple here. P and Q tends to PRQ. See, when will PRQ true? One statement I'm saying PRQ. True, na, what is the meaning? Either P
Whenever
is, whenever P is true, RQ is true. Any one is true itself, it is true. So here both are true, right? Both are true, right? So automatically PRQ will be true. So even in the truth table, that this possibility will be eliminated. See, for example, 1 minute. PQ, PNQ, PRQ, true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, false, true, 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 false. So if you find, suppose this is A, this is B now, A tends to be, if you find, when will A tends to be false? Whenever A is true, B is false. There is no such thing, right? Whenever A is true, B is true. So there is no such possibility. Whenever A is true, B is false, that should not be there. That is not at all there. So that means everything will be true here. It is a tautology. P and Q tends to PRQ is a tautology. That means I can write like this. P and Q imply PRQ. Instead of writing single line, I'm not using this single now. This is tending to this. If this is a tautology, I can say this implies this. That means whenever this is true, this is automatically true. Okay, ma? No confusion, just
what's the difference between the two?
which one, yeah? Which
And
one?
the single arrow and the double arrow.
Double arrow, no, both sides it is true. 1 minute, I'll write. You are correct. I expected this question. 1 minute. Single arrow, na, this means whenever this is true, I can say this will be true. But I cannot say whenever P or Q is true, P and Q need not be true, right? Will that be true? The other way it is true.
No, ma'am, not necessarily.
No, not possible. But I can give you this one. P tends to Q. This is double arrow. Whenever this is true, this is true. Whenever this is true, this is true. Both sides it is true. Both sides implication is true. So this is
Yes,
equal. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes, Pa, tell me.
can you go to the previous slide? Yes, ma'am. Right before the answer in the last step, right before the last step, what law did you use, ma'am?
Here,
Yes, ma'am.
what is not P or P? I think some law is there. Name I forgot here. 1 minute. என்ன law? P or not P is true.
Negation.
இல்ல true or anything is always true. This law.
No,
Dominant.
ma'am. Actually, no. Right before that step, ma'am. Can you go to the previous slide?
I'll go to that. Maybe I might have seen wrongly.
Yes, ma'am. How did you convert from the left hand side to that one?
This question or the next question?
That only, ma'am. This question.
1 minute. I should go back to that question. Yeah? Okay, am I correctly showing the question? This question?
No, ma'am. The one you solved recently.
1 minute. This one. Which step?
Yes, ma'am. How did you convert that LHS to the right hand side? Which law did you use, ma'am?
This one, right? 1 minute. Got it. From here to here, you are asking, correct?
The second step.
Second step. From here to here, this step.
Yes, ma'am.
De Morgan's law. What is this? Not of P and Q. Not of P and Q is what? Not P or not Q. It is like A intersection B the whole dash. It is A dash union B dash. The same thing every time.
Yes, ma'am. Understood. The third one to fourth one, actually.
This one.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. That one.
இது என்ன பண்ணேன்னா see, all are connecting using R, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can interchange. It is like A union B union C union D. Now I can write first A union C union C union B union D. Also I can write like.
Okay, ma'am. So
same
that can be even applied for intersection as well, right?
intersection also. Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Got it?
I'm like there it should be Q or not Q in the second line at the end.
Yes, I write wrong. I have written wrongly. Sorry. It should be Q or not Q. Please correct it. Oh, that's why you got confused?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now it is clear? Okay, we'll move.
Ma'am.
Yes, Pa, tell me.
Ma'am, does biconditional means both the logical statements are equivalent?
1 minute. I'll see. I'll write once. See. This you know, right? If P is true, then Q is true. This statement will be false only when P is true and Q is not false. Suppose this statement is true always. That means if it is a tautology, that means 1 minute. I'll use truth table and try to explain it. 1 minute. Everybody please listen carefully. Suppose this case is not at all there. That means what? This is a tautology. This is a tautology. Now then I can say P implies true. Whenever P is true, Q is always true. There is no such case. Right? And similarly, B biconditional Q na the meaning. Both P tends to Q is also there, Q tends to P is also there. So what is the truth table for this? This one and this one true. These two things are false. Right? So what is the meaning of this? When P is true, automatically Q is true. When Q is true, automatically P is true. So these two conditions are not at all there. You won't have these two circumstances. You don't have these two circumstances. That means automatically this is a tautology. This is a tautology. Now B biconditional Q is a tautology. That means P is equivalent to Q. That is when P is true, Q should be true. And when Q is true, P should be true. Okay, well, clear up?
Got it,
I don't.
Yes, I got it, ma'am.
Okay, got it. That's what your tautology implication and all I told you. Yeah. I want to ask you something. This you might have seen somewhere. In the statement, you might have seen somewhere. In your set theory, you might have seen this somewhere. I'll write if you want. A intersection not B, union, B intersection, not A. This operator somewhere you have seen this somewhere. What is this? In the operator, have you seen A delta B? Symmetric difference of two sets. Have you studied? Okay, leave it. No issue. You need not get confused. Just remember this thing. P, what is this operator? Exclusive OR. So P exclusive RQ is equivalent to P RQ and not of P intersection Q. 1 minute. Using set theory, I'll try to explain. I think you can better understand.
And will it be A union B minus A intersection B?
Yes. That P exclusive R is nothing but this portion.
So it is only A and only B, ma'am.
Only A and only B. Correct. Exactly. Only A and only B. That common portion should not be there. That is the meaning of exclusive R. That's what we are saying, right? Either P or Q, but both P and Q cannot be there. That is the meaning of exclusive R, right? Yes. Okay, all these things we know already. Okay, what do you mean by NAND? NAND operator, you know? We'll use later anyway. What is mean by NAND? Not of AND. See? AND operator we use like this, right? P is a formula, Q is the formula, no? This is AND. Not of AND, no? Not of P and Q. Not of P and Q means what? Not P or not Q. It has another name, symbol like this. P upward arrow Q. Okay, NOR means what? Both cannot happen together. Not of P or Q. So it is P downward arrow Q. These are all symbols, NOR. XOR and what do you mean by XOR?
Exclusive OR.
Exclusive OR.
Innova, what is that?
Exclusive OR.
Exclusive OR, yes. Exclusive OR you know, right? And this is not of exclusive OR. Exclusive OR, what is the meaning of exclusive OR? P, RQ and not of P and Q, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So N not of XOR means what? Not of this. Not of this. What do you mean by not of this? Not of P or Q or not of P and Q. That means not P and not Q are P and Q. Okay. So that's the meaning of XOR. Not of XOR.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Peter, tell me.
Ma'am, in the XOR operation, I did not understand the symbol. Like once the there's an underline and then in the next statement that line comes above that.
Underline symbol alone, I'll tell you tomorrow because that symbol has some meaning. I'll tell you in the next class. Both symbols. All these 4 symbols I'll tell you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Okay. Next is 2 statement devices and statement logic. Maybe Monday I'll tell you all these things. Monday we can have a tutorial session. We'll do problems. So far, whatever we have completed, based on that, I'll bring some problems. We'll revise. Then we'll proceed. Right? Okay. So, 2 state devices means what? The devices which has only 2 states. Either yes or no. Either on or off. Okay, that type of things we call it as 2 state devices. Only 2 possibilities are there. I cannot say 50% positive, 40% like that. You cannot have probabilities and all. here. Either it is true or either it is false. That's called two-state devices. Okay. That's what. So the logic so far discussed is bi-value because it had two truth values, right? Either true or false. So there are some electrical and mechanical devices which have one of the possible two configurations, like on and off. Either the switch is on or off. When will be the switch on here? I think you know basic electrical concept, you know, I think, right? When will the switch be on? When you close the circuit or open the circuit?
Close.
Close this.
Whenever
Close
you
the circuit.
yes, correct. So whenever you close the circuit, the switch will be on. Whenever you open it, the switch will be off, because you know very well, for the current to flow, switch should be closed. Okay. So an electrical switch with on and off is a two-state device. Okay, all these are stories here. That's all. I think time is there. Enough time is there. Okay. Consider an electric lamp, right? Usually an electric lamp, you can control it by a mechanical switch to on and off that switch, right? Okay. Let P denote the switch and S the output. So you have a switch P and S is the output because of operating them, right? So what could be the outputs? Either it is on or off. S can have the value either on or off. And what is P? What will be the input? Either you are switching on or off, right? Okay. So when P is open and the circuit is open, no current flows and the lamp is off. That's what here, see, state of P. When it is closed, then S is on. When it is open, then it is off. So that means what? Whenever P is closed, I denote it by 1, automatically what happens? The output is 1. That is, the bulb is glowing, right? Okay. So whenever the circuit is open, that is, it is not closed. So in that case, I'm assigning a truth value 0. The same truth value will be assigned to what? A lamp also. Lamp will not glow, so it is 0. Don't worry, these are all just symbolic stories. Okay. See here, this is the switch. Is this open or closed now?
Open.
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 When it gets closed like this, then the lamp will glow. The same thing, diagrammatic representation. Okay, in electrical things, I think you know parallel connection, series connection and all. Have you studied?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Little bit. Check. Okay. So the lamp will be turned on. Two switches connected in series here. Can you see? I'm connecting two switches in series. So here is the lamp connected to that. Right? So when will the lamp glow? Either one of the switch is closed or both the switch needs to be closed.
Both the switch need to be closed.
Needs to be closed. Otherwise there won't be current flow. So this denotes AND. P is there, Q is there. These are all the situations, right? That is, here both P and Q are closed. P is open, P is closed, Q is open. P is open, Q is closed. Both are closed. So only in this particular situation, the lamp will glow. Since it is series connection, we denote it by P and Q. All other cases, the lamp will not glow. So the truth value assigned to it is 0. So P and Q, nothing but here. Just we are relating that to P and Q. So P or Q means, how will the switches be connected then? It should be connected
Parallel.
That's all. Like this. Parallelly connected. So when will the current flow? Or when will the lamp glow? I should not ask current flow. When will this lamp glow? Or it will be on? Whenever
one of the switches on.
one of the switches is closed. Even if you close this, the current will pass and the lamp will glow. So it is R condition, PRQ condition it is showing. Okay, I'll stop here. I may not bore you. So Monday, please come prepared. We can have a tutorial session.
Ma'am, can you upload the PPTs?